Hi students, in this video I am going to revise the two important chapters in your syllabus, that is thermodynamics and equilibrium. So first we'll see thermodynamics chapter. So the total weightage of this chapter is 10 marks. That means here you will get two 5-mark questions. Okay, two 5-mark questions you will get from this chapter. So this 5-mark question is not a direct question. You may get this 5-mark question as 3 plus 2 or 2 plus 3 or 2 plus 2 plus 1. In this form you will get the 5-mark question. Okay, two 5-mark questions you will get from this chapter. The total weightage is 10 marks. Now we'll see important concepts from this chapter. So first, definitions are very much important for 2 marks. Definition with the example is very much important for 2 marks. So firstly, what is system? Okay, whatever the thing which is under study in this world, that is said to be system. And surroundings, except the system, remaining part of the universe is known as surroundings. Now open system with example, closed system with example, isolated system with example. Open system can exchange both energy and matter with the surroundings. Closed system do not exchange the matter but exchanges the energy. Isolated system neither exchanges matter nor the energy, that is called isolated system. Next, state a system. What is meant by system that you want to state? What is internal energy? Example. What is external energy? Example. Adiabatic process and isothermal process, even these two are also important for 2 marks. Okay, so all these definitions are very much important only for the 2 marks along with the examples. Next, define enthalpy. The total heat content of a system is known as enthalpy. So enthalpy is a state function. Explain. We know enthalpy is a state function. So state function means whatever the terms which can depends upon the state of a system but not on the path of system, those are said to be state functions. Even enthalpy depends upon the state of a system but not path of a system. So we can say enthalpy is a state function. That is also important for 2 marks. Next one, what is extensive property? Give example. What is intensive property? Give example. These two are very much important for 2 marks. From these two there is compulsory one question for 2 marks. So either extensive property or intensive property with example. Next one, derive relation between Cp and Cv. So between Cp and Cv there will be some relationship, and that I have explained according to the derivation. That derivation is important for 3 marks. So relationship between Cp and Cv is an important question for 3 marks. Next, define enthalpy of a reaction. So already I have given this, and this is repeated question which is important for 2 marks. Next, define standard enthalpy of a reaction. Standard enthalpy is nothing but if a reaction which can takes place at standard conditions like standard temperature and pressure, then those are said to be standard enthalpy of reaction. Standard enthalpy of sublimation, standard enthalpy of formation. These two are also reactions which will take place at a standard condition. Next, what is spontaneous reaction? What is spontaneous reaction? Give an example. What is entropy? Okay, it is a measure of randomness or disorderness, is known as entropy. Very, very, very important either for the 1 mark or for the 2 mark question. Next, define Gibbs free energy. Gibbs free energy is given by the symbol G. Next, write Gibbs free equation. Delta G equals to delta H minus T delta S. Delta G equals to delta H minus T delta S. This is Gibbs free energy equation, which is important for 1 mark. Next one, state second law of thermodynamics, state third law of thermodynamics, illustrate Hess law of heat summation. State and illustrate. Illustrate is nothing but you want to explain this by using one example. So that is very, very, very important for 3 marks. Most important question from this chapter. So from this chapter you want to concentrate only on these topics. Now we'll see the problems based on the enthalpy of combustion and enthalpy of formation. Very, very, very important for 3 marks. From this chapter compulsory you will get one numerical for 3 marks or 4 marks. That now we'll see. So now we'll see the problems based on enthalpy of formation and enthalpy of combustion. Compulsory one question will come from this 6 problems. Totally 6 problems are there. Among the 6, one is compulsory either for the 3 marks or for the 4 marks. Listen carefully. Only 6 problems are there. You want to concentrate on the 6. Now the first problem is the combustion of 1 mole of benzene takes place at 298 kelvins. Okay, combustion of 1 mole of benzene takes place at 298 and 1 atmospheric pressure. That is called standard enthalpy of combustion of benzene. Why it is standard? Because it is taking place at a standard temperature and pressure. So we can say it is a standard enthalpy of combustion. After combustion, once benzene involves in combustion, combustion is nothing but burning of a compound in presence of air or oxygen. That is called combustion. Once the benzene undergo combustion, CO2 gas, H2O liquid are produced. Okay, and 3267 kilojoules amount of heat energy is liberated. Liberated in the sense it is an exothermic reaction because energy is released. So it is in the form of negative sign. Okay, because here it is liberated. For this combustion process, energy, this much amount of heat energy is liberated. So combustion of benzene is a exothermic reaction. If it is exothermic, we want to take it in negative sign. Now calculate standard enthalpy of formation of benzene. This we want to find out. Okay, now standard enthalpy of formation of CO2, H2O are given. CO2, standard enthalpy of formation of CO2 is minus 393.5 kilojoules per mole. Standard enthalpy of formation of H2O is 285.83 kilojoules per mole. So this is about the question. What we want to find out? Calculate standard enthalpy of formation of benzene. First we want to find out this. Okay, enthalpy of formation of benzene. First write down. Now the solution. Standard enthalpy of formation of benzene is given by, okay, so which is going to form benzene. So first write down arrow. After arrow only the product is formed. What is the product is formed here? That is nothing but benzene. Write down that benzene, C6H6. In nature's benzene is always exist in liquid state. To form benzene, what are the two elements required? Carbon and hydrogen. First write down carbon. Carbon in nature can exist in the form of graphite. Plus hydrogen in nature can exist in the form of H2 gas. Okay, hydrogen. So to form benzene we require two elements, that is carbon and hydrogen. In nature carbon always exists in graphite form. In nature hydrogen always exists in the form of H2 gas. Now balance the equation on both the sides. This side 6 moles of carbon is there, so keep here 6. And this side 6 hydrogens are there, but here only 2, so multiply it with 3. That's it. Now consider this as delta H naught. H naught is nothing but standard enthalpy of formation. F indicates formation. Standard enthalpy of formation is now we want to find out, which is question mark. That is our question. Standard enthalpy of formation of benzene we want to find out. Now write down the data stepwisely whatever is given in the question. So enthalpy of combustion of 1 mole of benzene they have given. Combustion of 1 mole of benzene. Okay, write down enthalpy of combustion of 1 mole of benzene. Combustion of 1 mole of benzene or 1 mole benzene. Okay, benzene formula is C6H6 plus it is undergoing which reaction? Combustion. Combustion is nothing but burning in presence of oxygen. Write down O2 gas. Whenever it is combust, carbon undergo oxidation converts to carbon dioxide. Plus, what is another element present in benzene? Hydrogen. When hydrogen undergo oxidation converts into H2O liquid, CO2 gas. Okay, so this is the first equation. Delta H naught C value. This is nothing but enthalpy of combustion. Standard enthalpy of combustion is given. Standard enthalpy of combustion is nothing but 3267 kilojoules. It is liberated. If it is liberated, indicate it by minus sign. 3267. Consider this as first one. Why we have taken here negative sign? Because it is liberated for this. Now balance the reaction on both the sides. Totally here we have taken 6 carbon. So write here 6 CO2 and hydrogens present here are 6. So write here 3H2O. Balance the reaction. Now hydroxygens we want to balance. Total number of oxygens present on product side. 6 2s are 12. 12 plus 3 oxygens 15. So we want to balance here by 15 by 2. This is our first step. Now second one. Write enthalpy of formation of 1 mole of CO2. Here they have given enthalpies of formation of CO2, enthalpies of formation of H2O. Enthalpy of formation of CO2. Enthalpy of formation of CO2. Okay, so CO2 is formed. After arrow write CO2. To form CO2, what are the elements required? Carbon and oxygen. Carbon you can write in the form of graphite plus oxygen in O2 gas. CO2 is balanced on both the sides. Then enthalpy of formation of CO2 delta H naught F value is given in the problem. For the enthalpy of formation of CO2, minus 393.5 kilojoules. Minus 393.5 kilojoules. Consider this as second equation. Now along with that, even enthalpy of formation of H2O is also given. Now one more thing is given, that is enthalpy of formation of H2O liquid. Enthalpy of formation of H2O, write down. Okay, so which is formed here? H2O. After arrow write down H2O. To form H2O, the two elements required are hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen in nature can exist in the form of gas. Oxygen in nature is also exist in the form of gas. To balance this H2O on both the sides, two hydrogens balanced. Oxygen here only one is there and here two are there. So take here half O2. Then delta H naught F of formation of water is given, that is 285 point, it is minus, sorry, note down here minus 285.83 kilojoules, minus 285.83 kilojoules. Consider it as third equation. Okay, now the given data is only this much we have written. Now what we want to do, we want to apply Hess law, because the total amount of heat energy liberated or absorbed for a reaction, whether the reaction takes place at a single step or in multiple steps, will be the same. Okay, or constant, that must be constant. Now here this reaction is taking place in single step, whereas this are taking place in multiple step. The total change in the enthalpy must be constant whether the reaction takes place in single step or in the multiple step. So we want to find out that. So we want to apply this Hess law for this problem. After applying Hess law for this problem, what we want to do, we want to multiply the reactions. Applying Hess law. Okay, for equation 2, 3 and 1. Understand? Now see, 1 mole of C6H6 is formed, 1 mole of C6H6 is involved. Now need not to multiply this equation 1. Now how many moles of CO2 is released here? 1 mole of CO2, but required amount of carbons here. Here we have taken carbon for the formation of C6H6 and the carbon is present in the second equation, but here only 1 carbon and here totally 6 carbons we want. So multiply equation 2 with 6, because equation 2 contains only 1 mole of carbon, but we require for the formation of C6H6 is 6 moles. So multiply it with 6 plus total number of hydrogens required are 3 for the formation of benzene, but in third equation we have hydrogen but in only 1 mole. So multiply it with 3. Third equation multiply with 3 plus reversing of first equation. Why we want to reverse the first equation? Because for the formation of benzene, benzene is formed in product side. In combustion, benzene is present on reactant side. So reverse this first equation. Reversing of first equation. Now we want to do all the three. Now we'll do stepwise. Multiply equation 2 by 6. This is equation 2. Multiply it with 6. So nothing is there. 1 into 6, 6. 6 carbon graphite plus 6 O2 gas gives rise to 6 CO2 gas equals to delta H value also we want to multiply with this 6. 393.5 must be multiplied with 6. Then delta H naught F value becomes equals to minus 2361 kilojoules. After multiplication we will get this much of value. So totally this equation 2 is multiplied by 6. After multiplication with 6, 6 into carbon, 6 carbon, 6 into O2, 6 O2, 6 into CO2, 6 CO2, 6 into 393.5, we will get this much amount of heat energy. Now the second step is what? Multiply third equation with 3. Multiply third equation with 3. Multiply third equation with 3. So 3 into H2, 3H2 gas plus 3 into half O2 becomes 3 by 2 O2 gas gives rise to 3 into 1 H2O, 3 H2O liquid, and delta H naught F value minus 285.83 into 3. Even this value we want to multiply with 3. After multiplying with 3, you will get minus 857.49 kilojoules. Okay, now the second step is also completed. We have multiplied second equation, multiplied third equation. We want to reverse the first equation. First equation is this one. Okay, now reverse this equation. Products we want to write in reactant side, reactants we want to write in product side. First write down products. 6 CO2 gas plus 3 H2O liquid gives rise to C6H6 plus 15 O2 on product side. C6H6 plus 15 by 2 O2. Now reverse this value. Even delta H naught C value we want to reverse. Here they have given a negative sign, it becomes positive. Plus 3267. You should not forget this. Even you want to reverse it. So negative sign becomes positive sign. Now balance the equation on both the sides. Okay, whatever are common on left side and right side cancel each with each other. Okay, now see oxygens totally. How many oxygens are there? So here 3 by O2 and 6 O2, totally 15 by O2 oxygens cancelled. Next, commonly 6 CO2 is there and here 6 CO2 is there. 3 H2O is there, 3 H2O is there. Now that's it. No other terms are common on both the sides. 6 carbons is this side, but here there is no 6 carbons. 3 hydrogen this side and this side there is no 3 hydrogen. Okay, C6H6 this side, but there is no C6H6 this side. Now write down whatever the terms present left. 6 carbons, 6 carbons in graphite state plus 3 H2 in gaseous state gives rise to, that's it on this side. Right side, C6H6, that is benzene which is in liquid state, and delta H, first minus into minus, add these two, then subtract this. Okay, then finally you will get delta H naught for the formation is plus 48.51 kilojoules per mole. Okay, this is the enthalpy of formation of benzene. Enthalpy of formation of benzene now finally is 48.51 kilojoules. Like this we can find out the problems based on enthalpy of combustion for enthalpy of formation of benzene, methane, methyl alcohol or any other compound. Now we'll see one more problem. Now here we want to calculate enthalpy of combustion of liquid benzene. Okay, enthalpy of combustion of liquid benzene. By the given data, enthalpy of formation of benzene, CO2 and H2O. This is for benzene, this is for HCO2 and this is for H2O. Based on this data, we want to find out enthalpy of combustion. First write down enthalpy of combustion equation. Enthalpy of combustion of liquid benzene, which is undergoing combustion, benzene. Benzene formula C6H6. What is meant by combustion? Addition of oxygen or burning in presence of oxygen. When carbon burns in oxygen converts to carbon dioxide. Hydrogen burns in oxygen converts to H2O. To balance the reaction, 6 CO2 and 3 H2O is liberated. And take here oxygens totally 3 2s are 6 2s are 12, 12 plus 3 oxygens 15. Right here 15 by 2 O2. Now oxygens and all the elements are balanced on both the sides. We want to find out delta H naught C value, enthalpy of combustion for this reaction. Now write down the data. What is given? Enthalpy of formation of benzene. Write down first. Enthalpy of formation of benzene. Okay, which is formed here? Benzene. Right on right side, benzene formula C6H6. To form benzene, the two elements required are carbon and hydrogen. Carbon always present in form of graphite. Hydrogen is present in the form of H2 gas. Totally 6 carbons, right here 6. Hydrogen 6, to right here 3 to balance. Then the enthalpy of formation, delta H naught F value for this is given 48.51 kilojoules. 48.51 kilojoules. Consider it as first equation. Now the second one, enthalpy of formation of CO2 is given. Write down that. Enthalpy of formation of CO2. Okay, so which is formed here? CO2. Right on right side of equation. To form the CO2, required elements are carbon and oxygen. How many oxygens? 2 oxygens balanced, 1 carbon balanced. Then delta F H naught value is equals to minus 393.5 kelvins. Minus 393.5 kilojoules. Okay, this is second equation. Next, what they have given? Enthalpy of formation of H2O. Write down that. Enthalpy of formation of H2O. H2O is nothing but water. Water is formed. Write that on right side of equation, that is H2O. To form this H2O, the two elements required are nothing but hydrogen and oxygen. That is H2 plus O2. In nature, they can exist only in this form. 2 hydrogens balanced on both the sides. Oxygens here formed is only 1, but we have taken 2. So balance that. Take here 1 by 2. Now delta H naught for the formation of water is given in the problem, that is minus 285.83 kilojoules. This is the value. Now this consider as the third equation. So this is about the data whatever they have mentioned in the problem. Based on that, we want to find out enthalpy of combustion of benzene. So apply here Hess law. Applying Hess law. Okay, so to burn this benzene, 6 moles of CO2 is released. That CO2 is present in second equation. Okay, total moles of CO2 is released are 6, but in this equation only 1 is there. So multiply the second equation with 6. Then multiply equation 2 with 6 plus another product which is released on combustion of benzene is nothing but water, that is H2O. that H2O is present in the third equation. Here totally 3 moles of H2O is liberated, but here in the third equation only 1 mole is given. So multiply this third equation with 3. So equation 3 is multiplied with 3 plus first equation. So there is some relation between this enthalpy of combustion of benzene and enthalpy of formation of benzene. So in enthalpy of combustion of benzene we have taken in left side in reactant place, whereas in formation it is present in right side in product formation. So it is just a reverse equation. Now reversing the first equation, reversing equation 1. Now write down this and find out the answer. Okay, so see here, first we want to multiply second equation with 6. This is second equation, multiply it with 6. 6C plus 6O2 gives rise to 6CO2. Okay, and even we want to multiply this value with 6, then you will get delta H naught value as minus 2361 kilojoules. Now what we want to do, multiply third equation with 3. This is third equation. Now multiply it with 3. 3 into H2, 3H2. Yes, 3 into half O2 becomes 3 by 2 O2. Use raised to 3 into H2O, 3H2O. And delta H naught value 285.83 must be multiplied with 3, then you will get minus 857.49 kilojoules. Next, finally we want to reverse the equation 1. This is equation 1. Now reverse this equation. That means products we want to write in reactant side, reactants we want to write it in product side. So products are C6H6, write it in reactant side. Gives rise to 6 carbons plus 3 H2. Then delta HF naught value is here positive 48.51 value is given. This plus value becomes minus. So minus 48.51. Now cancel the terms whatever present common on both left side and right side. 6 carbons, 6 carbons cancelled. 3H2, 3H2 cancelled. That's it. No other terms are common on both the sides. Now write down whatever the reactants and products are left on right side and left side. On left side C6H6 and 6CO2, 3 by 2 O2 is left. 6O2 and 3 by 2 O2. When you add these two, it becomes totally 15 by 2 O2. Next, when these two undergo reaction and the products obtained on the right side is nothing but 6CO2 plus 3H2O. Okay, then first add these two, then subtract from this value. Then finally you will get here delta H naught for this combustion value is equals to minus 3267 kilojoules. This is the final value. So that is the amount of enthalpy of combustion of benzene is minus 3267 kilojoules per mole. So like this we can do, we can calculate enthalpy of combustion or enthalpy of formation for any type of compound, whether it may be benzene, methanol or any other compound. Here I am giving few questions for the example. You just try to find out. Calculate enthalpy of formation of methane. For methane you want to find out enthalpy of formation. Data is given. Enthalpy of formation of CO2 is given, enthalpy of formation of H2O is given, enthalpy of combustion of methane is given. So based on this data you just find out enthalpy of formation of methane. This is homework for you. And so 3 more problems here I have written. Calculate standard enthalpy of formation of methanol. Calculate standard enthalpy of combustion of methyl alcohol. Standard enthalpy of combustion of methane. All the totally 4 problems I am giving for homework. You just try to find out the answer and send the answers to me. Okay, this is homework for you, and these are the important concepts from the chapter thermodynamics. Among the 6 problems, compulsory 1 problem is for 3 marks and definitions for 2 marks or 1 mark. So now we'll see one more important chapter in your syllabus, that is nothing but equilibrium. The total weightage of equilibrium chapter is 12 marks. Here you will get one 2-mark question and two 5-mark questions. Okay, one 2-mark question and two 5-mark question. There is no direct 5-mark question. You will get in 3+2 form or 2+2+1 form. Okay, so the total weightage of equilibrium chapter is 12 marks. In that you will get one 2-mark question and two 5-mark questions. Now we'll see the important concepts from this chapter. Define equilibrium first. You have to define equilibrium state with one example, which is very important for 2 marks. Next, chemical equilibrium is called dynamic equilibrium. Why? The reason behind it is also important for 2 marks. Next, what is solid liquid equilibrium example? Liquid vapor equilibrium example. What is solid vapor equilibrium with example? So this is also important for 2-mark questions. Sometimes they may also ask a 2-mark question from this concept. Next, state Henry's law or Henry. Okay, Henry's law is very much important for 2 marks. According to this law, the mass of a gas present in liquid or a solvent is always directly proportional to the pressure of the gas above the solvent. Pressure of the gas above the solvent. This is called Henry's law. According to his law, Sir Henry's law, the mass of a gas present in a solvent is always directly proportional to pressure of a gas above the solvent. That is called Henry's law, which is very important for 2 marks. Next, what is chemical equilibrium? Next, define equilibrium constant. Next, write an expression for equilibrium constant of the given reactions. Here 2 reactions are given. For these reactions you want to write down chemical equilibrium constant. Equilibrium constant is given by the symbol Kc. Okay, equilibrium constant. Equilibrium constant is always equals to concentration of the products divided by concentration of the reactants. Concentration of the product divided by concentration of reactant. After equation whatever is there, that is considered as product, and before equation whatever are there, those are considered as reactants. Okay, first it is a ratio of concentration of products divided by concentration of reactants. Concentration is always taken in square brackets. Concentration of HI is a product. And 2 moles of HI is formed. Take here power divided by concentration of reactant. What are the 2 reactants? One is H2 concentration. Another one is I2 concentration should be taken in square brackets. So this is equilibrium constant for the given equation, which is important for 2 marks. Next, equilibrium, right? Equilibrium constant for the another equation. So concentration of products divided by concentration of reactants. So again here equilibrium constant is given by Kc, which is equals to concentration of product NO. Total moles of NO is released here are nothing but 4, and concentration of H2O, which is in 6 moles. Write it as power divided by concentration of reactants. The 2 reactants are nothing but ammonia and oxygen. Ammonia is NH3, write it in square brackets, and it is in 4 moles, write power of 4, and concentration of O2, which is in 5 moles. Like this we will write. This is equilibrium constant for the given second equation. This is equilibrium constant for the first equation. So even it is important for 2 marks. Next, what is homogeneous equilibrium? Give example. What is heterogeneous equilibrium? Give example for 2 marks. Next, write the expression of the equilibrium constant Kc and Kp for the given reaction. So this is the same reaction which is given here. Okay, first we want to write Kc value for this. Kc is always equals to concentration of the product divided by concentration of reactant. Product here is nothing but HI, its concentration, which is in 2 number, write power divided by concentration of reactant. First reactant is H2 and another reactant is I2. This is Kc value. Now Kp value is always equals to pressure of the product divided by pressure of reactant. Pressure of product is nothing but HI, which is in 2 number, write P2, P to the power of 2. divided by pressure of the reactants. The two reactants are nothing but H2 and I2. P H2, which is only in one number, into Pi2. Even I2 is also in only one number. That's it. This is Kp and Kc values for the given equation. This is also very important for 2 marks. Now derive the relationship between Kp and Kc. Derive the relationship between Kp and Kc, which is important for 3 marks. Next, problems based on Kp and Kc is also important for 3 marks. Next, state Le Chatelier principle. According to Le Chatelier principles, it states that if a constraint is applied of a system or to a system at an equilibrium state, the system itself adjusts to nullify the effect applied on the constraint. So constraint is nothing but change in the temperature, pressure and concentration. So according to that change, it can easily nullify the total state of a system. That is Le Chatelier principle, which is very important for 2 marks. Next, discuss the effect of concentration on equilibrium according to Le Chatelier principle. So explain the effect of pressure on the equilibrium for the given equation, which is also very important for 2 marks. What is the effect of change in temperature on equilibrium? This is also important for 2 marks. Define acid and bases based on Arrhenius concept. Very important for 2 marks or 3 marks. With one example, explain Bronsted-Lowry theory of acids and bases. So acid is a substance. According to Bronsted-Lowry theory, acid is a substance which has the tendency to donate a proton. And according to this theory, base is defined as a substance which can accept the proton. This is very important for 2 marks. According to Bronsted-Lowry theory, a substance is said to be acid which is having the property to donate a proton, and base is a substance which can accept the proton. Important for 2 marks. Next, what will be the conjugate basis for the given following Bronsted acids? For acid, HF. For HF, the Bronsted acid is nothing. So conjugate base is F minus. When HF loses this H plus, so it left F minus. And H2SO4 is an acid. It can donate a proton. From this H2SO4, if it loses H plus ion, so the obtained conjugate base is nothing but HSO4 minus. One hydrogen is released in the form of H plus. When HCO3 minus loses this hydrogen as H plus, we will get CO3 minus 2 as conjugate base. All these are conjugate bases. So base is obtained from an acid. All these are acids. When they loses H plus proton, they'll give the conjugate bases. In the same manner, write the conjugate acids for the given bases. Base is nothing but the substance which can have the property to accept a proton. By accepting proton, that is proton is nothing but H plus. When you add H plus to this, NH2 minus becomes NH3, and to NH3 if you add H plus, it will take lone pair of electrons present on nitrogen, converts into NH4 plus, and HCOO minus, when it accepts a proton is nothing but H plus. When you add H plus to HCOO minus, it becomes HCOOH. All these nothing but conjugated acids. These conjugate acids are obtained from bases. Okay, from Bronsted bases. Bronsted bases are the substances which can have the property to attract a proton. So Bronsted acids are having the property to lose a proton. Next, another important question. Define ionic product of water. Very important for 2 marks. Okay, so what is the value at 298? First, we want to find out ionic product, that is Kw. So when water involved in ionization, it will get H plus and OH minus ions. Then the product of water Kw equals to concentration of H plus ions and concentration of OH minus ions, H plus and OH minus ions at 298 kelvins. Kw equals to 10 to the power of minus 14 Okay, Kw equals to 10 to the power of minus 14. Concentration of H plus and concentration of OH minus is now equals to, this Kw equals to 10 to the power of minus 14. In place of Kw, we can also write this. This value is totally becomes equals to 10 to the power of minus 14. Okay, at 298 kelvins. That is about the question. Next, define pH of a solution, define pOH of a solution, very important for 2 marks. Define pH, so prove that pH and pOH is equals to 14 is also important for 2 marks. Next one, define dissociation constant of acid indicated by Ka. Define dissociation constant of a base indicated by Kp. What is degree of dissociation? Problems based on pH and pOH, very important, either for 2 marks or 3 marks. Next, what are buffer solution? Define solubility product. So these are the most important concepts what you want to concentrate from this equilibrium chapter. So even this equilibrium chapter is important concept. Total weightage of the chapter is 12 marks. You'll get 1 2 mark question and 2 5 mark questions. There is no direct 5 mark question. So it is in 2 plus 3 or 2 plus 2 plus 1 form. Okay, that's it about the equilibrium and thermodynamics chapter. You just concentrate on these concepts.